Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to I Know Sports. He's a clown. I am Matt. He is Gav. We are here to discuss the week that has been in sports and the week that will be in sports. My friend Gav, how was your week?
It was good. It was good. As a Liverpool fan, to win the Merseyside derby in the 100th minute. Um, After all the razzmatazz that Everton could offer up with tifos and smokers and things. It was fantastic in that sense. Um, Anything else I kind of watched? I'm keeping an eye on the Browns. 1-0
Yeah.
down in the series, but now 1-1. Okay, after a
Yeah.
good 4-2 away win in the NHL playoffs, which I'm getting into. I've become a little bit obsessed with your suggestion that we commentate on a Hell in the Cell match from the WWE, which I'm bang into, but I will be
Okay.
doing with multiple cans on me. I've
Oh, yeah.
decided I'm not doing it. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it sober.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
so, but I'm trying to get myself into where I'm not watching and you know when it's different when you're watching and reacting to something ins,
Yeah.
instead of actually telling the story of what's going on. So I
Yeah.
think it'll be a good mix of WWE entertainment from the Attitude Era, mixed with some fella from Dublin going, he's just fucked him off a cage, stuff like that. I think that'll be a good mix. So I've become a
It's
little.
my hope with that is that I will be the Jim Ross guiding, doing most of the commentary, and you get to be the color commentary, Jerry the King Lawler,
Yeah,
but from Dublin.
I
So
might go to Burger King and see if they've any of those crowns that you get and wear that.
that means I got to find a cowboy hat. Where the hell am I going to find
Yes,
a
if you can get a
cowboy?
cowboy hat, I will get a crown. Um,
Well,
and
fuck,
yeah,
that's not fair though because you get to get a Whopper with yours. I just have to end
I
up with
wouldn't go
cow shit.
Whopper. I would go XL Big King. I don't know if they do them in the Americas, but they do them here, and they're fantastic. Probably the best Burger King I've ever brought out. So I've become a bit obsessed with that. Just thinking about
Okay.
how that would be done. The snooker World Championships have started. Where we just all watch and see if Ronnie O'Sullivan gives a fuck. Of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan now who trains in Ireland. Did you know that?
Well, I would have just presumed a guy whose name was O'Sullivan was Irish.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan now is English. He's the
Oh,
greatest snooker player of all time.
well, that I
Um,
knew.
you know that. He's from London, but he actually trains in Ireland. And I know the guy who owns the snooker hall that he trains in. So there you
Cool.
go, bit of
You
trivia
might
for you
have
there.
to just pop down and visit your buddy one day when
Well, I
Ronnie
think
O'Sullivan.
I think the way it goes is that he has made a deal with them where he gets a certain table in this place at a certain time every day, and nobody's allowed near him. But once that time is up, say for 4 hours, once that time is up, all's good. Photographs, autographs, little chats, no problem. He's meant to be such a really nice bloke. Um, and yeah, so I keep an eye on that. When I say I keep an eye on it, just see if Ronnie wins. If anyone else wins, you're like, don't even like snooker.
He's
Um,
got to be. He's got to be getting up there because I mean I'm not obviously in any way, shape, or form a snooker fan, but I've seen the famous like what 9 ball runs that he goes on and stuff like that, and he
he has
just
the fastest 147 clearance in
that's
history.
the word I'm looking for.
Five
Yeah, nine
minutes.
nine darter is darts. Yeah, one
Yeah,
four seven. That's it.
yeah.
And there's no fucking around in between shots. It's just bang bang
And he
bang
plays
bang
left and
bang.
right handed.
Yeah, it's unreal. So even as an outsider, you can watch that on YouTube and be like, I think that guy might be really 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 good. Like
He is,
there's
yeah.
just
And
something.
he must be in his he must be 50 at this stage. Is he close to it? But yeah, so I kind of keep an eye on that. Other sports, no,
Oh,
I'm
he
not
is
gonna.
exactly 50, Gav. Look at
Is he?
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Other than that, no, not really keeping an eye on anything. I was reading a thing earlier about an ice skater who didn't like another ice skater, so she got her ex-husband slash bodyguard to attack her, and she ended up with a leg injury. Tanya
Have you
Harding.
just learned about Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding?
Not that I've just learned. I was reading it going, this sounds familiar. Um, and then I
I
read
think it
about it. I
was
was
in
like,
the run up to. I think it was in the run up to the '94 Winter Olympics in Lillehammer. I think.
yeah, so she got up, and then she ends up getting a ban from the Ice Skating Federation of the world, and
Mm,
she has a short career in boxing. So
yeah.
that threw me. And of
And
course,
then,
talking about women's boxing, Katie Taylor is pushing hard to finish her career in front of 80,000 spectators at Crow Park in Dublin. So I really hope that happens.
oh, she's come back from injury.
No, she has won all there can be won in boxing.
Yeah.
She's unified. She's all the belts, right? All of them, right? And she's beaten everybody. And I think she's only lost once in her professional career on points, and then won the rematch. And she wants one more fight before she goes out. I think she's 36 now, and she wants to fight in Crow Park, in Dublin, 80,000 people as her farewell fight. And she's
Well,
hoping to do that.
I'm just going to throw out just a warning. I'm not sure if Katie Taylor is one of our 162 subscribers to this channel. It's doubtful, but it's
163.
not impossible. Oh, 100. Well, shit, she might be number
She might
163.
be the
So
one, unless it's
it's
Sask Milk.
just a warning to her. Somebody else who has won all they could win in their sport recently made a comeback, and that was Jose Antonio Morante de la Puebla, simply known as Morante. He is the Lionel Messi of bullfighting. He was retired. He came out of retirement this past week to a sold out bullfight in Seville and promptly received 10 inches of sharp bullhorn directly up his anus and underwent sphincter reconstruction surgery. So, just a word of warning, sometimes it's better to stay retired,
Yeah,
you
um,
know?
it's one way to go out. Veranda Cheese says she hasn't lost as a professional and only lost once as an amateur. I think she has lost as a professional. I think she has lost as a professional. I think she's lost once, I think, as a professional. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong,
It's
but
according to the internet, it says she was defeated by Chantel Cameron via majority decision in Dublin on the 20th of May, 2023.
there you go.
So her professional record is 25 wins and 1 defeat.
Yes, and
So that,
she then beat that woman in
yeah.
in the rematch. Yeah, so that's basically been my week, man. Okay.
All right. Well,
I've no
that's not
further
bad.
evidence.
I started writing down the amount of sport that I was watching and then stopped because it was getting to be a bit of a problem. Because Saturday I watched 5 Premier League games. I watched an NHL game. Sunday, Gav, because that was the day of the Merseyside derby. So that started for me at 7 in the morning is when Liverpool played Everton. And I watched sports until 10 p.m. that evening. And it was a perfect day of sport for me. I had 4 teams that I cheer for playing that day. They all won. And all the results that I could have wanted to go my way went my way.
And what does
Liverpool
your
beat
wife
Everton.
do during all this? Does she just leave you in that room and just go goodbye?
I'm down in the basement. She leaves me in the basement alone. I've got my computer down here. I got a TV down here. I can watch 4 games at the same time. It's fantastic.
Okay, so she does just literally close the door and say, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I just go down into the basement on my own and I just watch sports. It's usually just in the morning sort of thing. Like Saturday, I can watch, Brentford and Fulham was on at 5:30 in the morning, and then there was a 3-pack of games,
No,
and then
you
Man
know,
United.
hold on, you stop now. You said I come down at 7 in the morning and I watch sport till 10
was
o'clock
Sunday.
that evening.
Yeah.
So during that 15 hours, do you see anybody?
Well, I got to go upstairs. We don't have a bathroom in the basement, so I got to go upstairs and go to the washroom and grab a bite to eat every so often, grab a few more beers. But
So she
no,
literally
not
just
really.
says he's written off for the day.
Yeah,
And she's quite happy.
and I don't know if she's quite happy, but she's writing a book right now, so it gives her undisturbed time to sit down and do her writing and whatnot. I told her a couple weeks ago. I said, "Listen, playoffs are starting soon.
Okay.
My
You
teams are in the
laid the
playoffs.
groundwork. Okay.
My teams are in the playoffs, and if my team is playing, I am going to be watching that game. And it's doubly compounded by the fact that the greatest television show of all television shows, MasterChef Australia, has just started a new
Oh
season. So
God.
there's a cornucopia of things to take in. But Sunday was perfect. Liverpool won. Arsenal lost. We'll talk about that in a second. The Montreal Canadiens won their first overtime game against Tampa Bay in overtime. Incredible game. And then Victor Wembanyama had his playoff debut for the San Antonio Spurs, and he was utterly fucking brilliant in that game. But I want to run through, Gab. You gave me some predictions for the playoffs here with no knowledge of these teams, and I think you're doing pretty good. So,
thanks, Walt.
if we go to the basketball, you said Oklahoma City is going to go ahead and win. They're currently up 2-0 in that series. That's excellent. There's something from the game last night, though. One of the guys, so Oklahoma City's playing Phoenix. Devin Booker, the star player, one of the 2 star players for the Phoenix Suns, got a technical foul from the referee. It's like an unsportsmanlike penalty. Like,
touch
it's not
someone in the willy.
Regular. Yeah.
Okay.
He came out after the game, was doing the post-match press conference, and one of the reporters asked him if he knew why he got a technical, and he's just like, I have absolutely no idea. And even during the broadcast, the broadcasters are like, why is, like, there's no foul there. Why is he getting a foul? And it was just a guy on Oklahoma City asking the ref to give him a foul, and the ref's like, yeah, sure, technical foul. It's some of the most lopsided refereeing ever, and when I go into the online spaces of basketball fans, it might be the most fractured fan base because of referees. Like, I know you do a show every week with Ashley over on the Talking Cops Patreon channel going through refereeing decisions, and soccer fans think they have it bad. You don't. Like, hockey fans think they have it bad. They don't. The refereeing in basketball is atrocious because you can get a foul for anything. You can look at a guy and he flops to the ground and he gets 2 foul shots for it. So it's not good. It's not good. But we move on.
You're making me want to watch basketball even less now.
It's, with the exception of the final, like, if the game is close, the final 3 or 4 minutes of playoff basketball there's nothing like it in sports because a team can erase a 15-point deficit in a minute. Like, the momentum swings at the end of a basketball game is unbelievable. Now, it takes a long time. The final 3 minutes of a basketball game can take literally a half an hour to play because of the stoppages. Like, they've got some serious timekeeping problems. The Los Angeles Lakers are up 2-0 on the LA Rockets, just as you predicted was going to happen. You predicted the Nuggets and the Spurs to win the other 2 series out of the West. Those are both at 1-1. You thought the number 1 ranked Detroit Pistons would walk over the Orlando Magic, but currently that series is at 1-1. You've nailed, so far, the Cleveland Cavaliers-Toronto Raptors series. You picked Cleveland, and the Raptors have looked utter dog shit.
Yeah,
just utter dog shit.
As I thought.
Yeah, you were absolutely bang on. And the other 2 are also at 1-1. You predicted the Knicks would win over the Atlanta Hawks, and that the Celtics would prevail over the 76ers, and those are both at 1-1. So you're looking pretty good so far.
Okay.
Now in the hockey,
not so good. Yeah.
It's not so good.
You see, you can't predict. It's on ice. It's on ice. You see, it's not even on real land. Okay, so we don't even know. It's so like unpredictable. You know, you don't know what way the ice is going to be, and it's on like. Are you allowed to bet on this on NHL? Because I don't think you should be. Not on ice. I don't think. I think it's too it's too unpredictable.
It's quite slippery. It is quite slippery. But unlike with your basketball picks, you picked all of the top seeded teams, and with your first pick for the hockey, you decided to take the worst team to make the playoffs to defeat the best team this year in hockey. You picked the LA Kings to defeat the Colorado Avalanche. It's currently 2-0 for the Colorado Avalanche, and they've looked quite comfortable in both of those. The series of the playoffs so far.
Just in my defense, I picked them based on no hockey stuff at all. I think I picked the LA Kings because I didn't like the word avalanche.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct, and you're not wrong. And it's still possible to turn it around. A 2-game deficit in a best-of-7 series isn't a massive hurdle to overcome. A 3-game deficit we will get to with your final pick. Your next one, you picked the Minnesota Wild to beat the Dallas Stars. It's currently Dallas 2, Minnesota 1. This is excellent hockey. I've watched all 3 of these games that they played so far. These are 2 fantastic hockey teams. Just tons of talent playing really, really good hockey. So I'm looking forward to how that one goes. Las Vegas, you picked to beat the Utah Mammoth because who wants to cheer for a team from Utah? That series is currently at 1-1. You took the Edmonton Oilers to defeat the Anaheim not so mighty anymore Ducks. That series is also at 1-1. And then we shifted to Eastern Conference. You went with a ridiculous homer pick of the Boston Bruins to defeat the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo handled them easily in Game 1. Much to your chagrin, you woke up in the morning to see me laughing at the fact that the Bruins had lost Game 1.
Yeah.
But you got your vengeance. The Bruins won 4-2 in Game 2,
Correct.
including, and you're going to have to look it up afterwards, a guy scoring from center ice, which is unforgivable in any sport, but especially in hockey, where the goalie fills 85% of the net. This guy was tired at the end of his shift. He got to the center line. He just dumped the puck in, and the goalie went to stop it, and it just bounced past him. And it shows the goalie, he lets the goal in. Everybody's like, because it's in Buffalo, and Buffalo's goalie lets this in. And he's just like, and he takes his helmet off, and he's standing there getting a drink of water, and he just goes, fuck! Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You were a decent man. You went along with me and picked the Montreal Canadiens to defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning. They won the first game in overtime. Tampa Bay won the second game in overtime.
Anything in Florida is not getting any votes off me.
No, and as well they should not. As it turns out, the Tampa Bay Lightning, their coach came out and said in press stuff today or yesterday perhaps that every playoff needs a team that's the villain, and he's happy for their team to be the villains. At one point, there was a. I got taken to task.
Is he trying to turn this into some sort of panto or something?
Oh, well, you obviously don't watch Brendan Hagel play because this guy is a fucking clown. An absolute clown, this guy is. He's constantly going, and fucking yapping and shit like that. So there was it wasn't a brawl. It might be a Donnybrook or a dust-up, but it basically involved every single player on the ice, and it ended up with 5 guys in each penalty box for each team. Now, the penalty box is only about 5 feet wide, so these big hockey players are just fucking crammed in there, fucking elbows just all up in each other, but excellent series so far. Please, fucking God, Montreal, don't lose. You picked the Carolina Hurricanes to defeat the Ottawa Senators. That was an extremely smart choice. The Ottawa Senators look like shit. Carolina's up 2-0. The name is
Senators. They're called Senators. They're going to be boring.
Well, they're the Senators because Ottawa's the capital of Canada. So that's.
I know you told me all this. You told me all this, and this is where something came from and originated from. But genuinely, imagine, even if you're a fan. How do you get the word senator into a fucking chant? You know what I mean?
It's not good. And
not only that, give me an S, give me an A, you'll be there forever.
It's too long. Well, Montreal Canadiens fans love going and playing in Ottawa because the last game that Montreal played in Ottawa, over half of the crowd was wearing Montreal Canadiens jerseys.
Okay.
Because it's the closest city to Montreal, so that fans just travel down because it's very hard to get tickets in Montreal, and nobody in Ottawa gives a flying fuck because it's just a bunch of politicians that live there. Your final pick, though, Gav, was the Battle of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh against Philadelphia, and you thought for sure on a sport on ice, a Penguin has to be good.
Uh-huh.
And they are down 3-0. And in the
ice is the problem.
In the history of hockey, in best of 7 series, 214 times a team has gone down 3-0. Do you know how many times that team has come back and won out of 214?
4.
That is 100% correct. I don't know how you pulled that out. Well done.
Is it?
Yes. I saw you getting ready to mouth 4, and then it looked like you were going to go with 10, and then you came back and you fucking nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. But so you're doing very good, with the exception of your LA Kings and your Pittsburgh Penguins. Other than that, you could go. What's that? 14 for 16 actually, and that's very impressive. Very
you see,
impressive.
if I keep this up, you'll see me on American TV, and we crossed to Ireland, and it's Gav, and he's going to give his expert predictions on the NHL playoffs. And I'd be like, Senators, boring name. But isn't it mad that, I've literally gone off the weirdest things, and I've probably predicted better than most of the people that watch NHL every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through at the end of the first round once all these series are done and find like the NBA on TNT halftime panel, which is like Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Ernie Johnson, and see what their picks were and see how you match up to like professional level pundits because you're gonna be just as good,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah.
So yeah, it's I don't know if you're familiar with Jimmy the Greek from back in like the '70s. He was the big gambling
Was
guy
he in
in
The
the United
Sopranos?
yeah, well, I think he was Greek, actually. I don't know how much in the Italian waste disposal industry he was involved in, but he was the guy that they would go to, especially for like NFL games and college basketball and stuff like that. And he was the big like betting guy that had all the tips and stuff like that. So Gavy the Irish or something like that. TSN's going to cut to you during the World Cup. Oh my
Yeah.
God, can you imagine? Stephen Caldwell throwing it to Gav in Ireland. Gav, who do you like in Uzbekistan versus Honduras?
Yeah, and I just go, wow, too many letters in the first one, Steve, to be honest with you. It's a pain in the bollocks when you're writing around the betting slip, so I'm going to go with Honduras if that's all right. There you go.
And the final score: Honduras 2, Uzbekistan 0. Gav the Irish is right again.
Do you know what it'd be like? Do you remember in the World Cup they used to have like a crab and they'd put two flags in his tank and they go, whichever flag the crab goes to is who's going to win. It'd be just me, just sitting there pointing at fucking flags.
Hockey used to do that. They had one year they had an octopus, and I think the octopus predicted the Stanley Cup
Paul the
champion.
Octopus. Yeah, that's what Ashley says in the chat. Paul the Octopus.
Yeah, and then I think the following year they had one of those little monkeys like from Ace Ventura, a macaque, I think it is, and then it just had like a big wheel, and the monkey would spin the wheel, and it was like that's who's gonna win, the monkey. And so they'd have all their panel, and they'd all like, who's gonna win this game between Detroit and Chicago? And they're like, well, Chicago's got the better defense, but Detroit's goalie's playing good, and the monkey's like, and the monkey's right.
Yeah.
But,
We might do that for the World Cup actually. I'll just sit in me. I might do something out my back garden where I just get all the flags of the nations that are in it, and then I'll get a water pistol.
Yeah.
And I'll just set them up on a wheel, and when they spin, I'll just point the water pistol and spray it. And whatever flag it hits first, that's the team that's going to win, and that'll be our prediction game.
We'll swap the water pistol out for a power washer, and I think you'll be bang on. Rugby
Absolutely.
Jackal's wondering if the monkey was right often. He was as right as the humans were.
Of course he was.
Of course
he was. Listen, go and listen to all these sports commentators. They're all fucking idiots. Do you know what I mean? They're all idiots. They just, I played this game, so I know how this game is going to go. No, that's not how it works. That's why it's sport.
It's why I'm so upset that I dropped the ball on getting you a March Madness bracket, because I think you would have got it 100% right, and then this show would be put on ESPN and Sky Sports as the go-to thing. Sponsored by BetMGM or some horseshit like that. But Gav, you don't like the hockey because it's a little bit too slippery. The hardwood in the basketball is also a little slippery. So let's shift to a sport with a little bit more grip. Nice grass underfoot.
Grass on the foot.
The Premier League is down to the final knockings. There are 5 games to go, and at both ends of the table, it's from what has been for most people a pretty lackluster season, barely lacking in excitement and storylines. It is poised very nicely.
Is
completely even at the top.
I don't even know if it's exciting, to be fair.
I think it could be though.
I'm more watching it for mental breakdowns, and I don't know if that's the right thing to say or indeed a nice thing to say. But I'm not even watching it for results. I'm just looking for people's head gaskets going completely. That's what I'm in it for. Look, Man City played Arsenal at the weekend, and people are like, Arsenal had some really good chances, and they did.
They did.
But you see, if Arsenal had lost that game and asserted themselves in the game, you would have said to yourself, you know what, they've been beaten, they had a couple of good chances, they were really good in the game, they asserted themselves. Do you know what, they come out of it with a lot of credit. All is not lost, and they go on. But they don't. They come out of it with, you had a couple of good chances, but overall you looked afraid. And because of that, you've lost.
I disagree.
Yeah, you see, I think
they did come out and play.
I don't think they did. Because
but compared to how they've played for the last 2 months, I think that was an expressive Arsenal.
I get that. I think they were playing on I think they were playing on moments a little bit. And I just think Arsenal come out with that and they'll be gutted that they've lost, because obviously it's 3 points to Man City. But I just think I'm looking at like City going win against Burnley. They win 1-0. Now they should have had 5 or 6. Let's be fair, but they just didn't take chances. Like, and XG, which is fucking nonsense, but the XG apparently was over 3.5 goals or something they should have had, which just tells you they had loads of good chances. But XG, don't ever go with XG. It's terrible. It's a made up. Like, it's genuinely XG. I was thinking about this the other day, right? It's like when they go, listen, there's an awful lot of people between 18 and 30 here. They're interested in football and they've no job. So can we get them off the like unemployment benefit? Yeah, what we do, XG, mate. Just make up this XG, right? Let these lads talk about it and write things, and people will pay them for it. And they go, will they? Listen, people are saps. Of course they will. So these lads come out and go, well, I studied the XG there for fucking Burnley against whatever, and the XG was such and such and such. And you're like, XG is the biggest load of fucking nonsense that's ever come out in football. And people literally are making a living off it. And yeah, they've lowered unemployment. Well, I'm fair play to them. But if you're watching, if you are literally going after a game, like genuinely, if a fella walks into a pub and says to me, Jesus, Arsenal were unlucky there, weren't they, with an XG of 1.75, and I go, go away. I go home. I just leave.
I do think I get what you're saying. The fact that whether the ball falls to Michael Keane on the 12-yard spot or Erling Haaland on the 12-yard spot, it's valued at the same amount. I get that that's not right, and there is. This might bother you even more. Advanced XG that tries to take that into account.
No,
and
but
it's in the early stages. It needs time to work.
Does it take into account wind?
Well, it might if you're playing.
But does it now?
Stadium. No, I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is,
all I'm asking is, look, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, right? You stand Michael Keane on Michael Keane, centre back for Everton, signed a year extension, by the way, and I don't know whether they should be happy or suicidal over that. But you stand him on the 12 on the penalty spot, and you stand Erling Haaland on the penalty spot, right? And the ball is right in front of them, so they can kick it at the goal, okay? And they both have the same XG, okay? Now the ball gets crossed into the box, and it's not wet out. It's not windy out. There's no spin on the ball. There's no one challenging you. All this sort of shit. And you're on the penalty spot. You get an XG. When the ball comes in and it's windy out and it's wet out and there's spin on the ball and there's somebody near you or touching off you to disable you, I suppose, from getting a shot away, and you get a shot away, that gets the same XG. Yeah. So how the fuck are we sitting here saying, well, they both had 1.75 XG. No, hold on. The centre forward who scores 100 goals a year had 4 chances for us. And the centre back that never fucking scores had 4 chances for them. But the XG was the same. It doesn't, it's the biggest load of bollocks you've ever seen. And it always will be. But it has reduced unemployment. So I'm not against it in that sense.
Well, it's good to help clear some names off of the dole. So I mean that XG has that going for it. Where I think XG can be useful is if you have not watched a game and you see a game finish 0-0 and you look at the XG and one team has a 3.7 and the other team has a 0.2, you can be fairly confident that one team should have won and the other team won a draw. Like that's like it's useful in the cumulative sense after the fact. If you're watching a game, you don't need to have the XG score there to tell you like Arsenal had some excellent chances in that game to beat Manchester City on the weekend. Some excellent chances.
Yep.
You don't need the XG to tell you that they probably.
No, you should just stop the sentence. Stop the sentence with "you don't need XG." Do you know what to do?
You do need XG.
Watch the fucking game. Watch the game.
You're just gonna have to. Kev points out that you're nearing 50.
No, I'm not.
And the sign is that you're against advanced statistics.
No, I'm not. I'm not nearing 50. That's an outrageous attack on me. All right.
You are near. You're not getting further away from it.
I'm near at the 40.
Yeah, but you're not getting closer to 40. You're getting closer to 50.
But I am closer. He said nearing 50. I'm
Yeah.
not nearing.
You'll be closer to 50 in 1 minute than you are right now.
No, but that's not nearing 50. Nearing 50 will be close to 50. I'm closer to 40.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
I am
It's your
getting there,
attitude.
but still, but come here.
Your hatred of advanced statistics tells me
I
that
I don't hate advanced statistics. I like statistics like how far that fella ran, how much he sprinted, where he sprinted, where he played. I'm all into that.
Those are just statistics. Those are just statistics.
They're
Those aren't
just
advanced.
statistics, yeah. Well, maybe they're not advanced, but tell me what the advanced ones are.
Oh my God, you got to watch baseball.
No, well, that's different. That's a stick hitting the ball, and the speed. But what I'm saying is, all I'm saying to you is that you watched that Arsenal game against Man City, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the XG is off it, right?
No, either do I.
Right, because I don't look at it. But what I'm saying is that XG, when you pile it all together, right, doesn't give you any sense. Like, you could say to me, Man City had an XG of 1.74 and Arsenal had an XG of 1.74, and they could have 4 straight same chances, but it turns out it's a centre half getting 4 chances against a fucking £100 million striker getting 4 chances. The value on them are simply not the same.
Right, but you said in that Manchester City-Burnley game that Manchester City should have had, about 5 goals?
I thought,
the XG in that game was about 3.2 to 0.6.
Yeah.
It finished 1-0. Man City underperformed, and Burnley probably shouldn't have scored a goal. Like,
I get that, but what I'm saying,
didn't watch that game,
but
could have looked at that XG.
I completely get. No. You don't need to look at the XG. Look at the amount of shots they have, shots on target they have, and then you go, they probably should have won. They had 15 shots. They had 8 on target, right? And they had
right, but a shot on target from 35 yards.
No, because well, I don't know whether I don't think you call this an advanced stat, but they might say something like they had 8 shots on target, 6 of which were from inside the box. Okay,
well, that's starting to sound like XG talk.
No, 2 of them from outside. No, it's just a simple stat. They had 16 shots. They had 8 on target. Well, were the 8 from the halfway line? No, mate. 6 of them were from inside the box. Okay, that's good. And then you look, but what you do is you watch the game because, as I said, Kusanov might have had them 6 shots, right? Now, if Kusanov have them 6 shots, I don't expect Man City to score 6 goals, right? He might score 1 of them. But if Haaland has them 6 good shots from inside the box, I would say, yeah, maybe. You know what? Haaland's that good. He probably should score 2 or 3 of them, in fairness, on his day, right? But the funny thing is, if you put them players into them same positions, Kusanov and Haaland, they're both getting the same XG, mate. Right? One of them is barely fucking surviving or, identifying as a defender. And one of them is one of the best strikers on the planet. So how can you have the same value? You just can't.
Well,
it's very simple. It's very simple. Let me put it this way. I play golf, right? Okay? And I get up onto a green and I have an 8-foot putt. Okay? I have an 8-foot putt. And they would say, well, the XG on this putt, the XP on this is expected putt is 0.4, right? So he might make 4 of these out of 10. And then not Tiger Woods, he's a bad thing, he's drunk, don't know him. Rory McIlroy comes onto the green and they give him the same putt. There's no way in fucking hell that Rory McIlroy's XP is 0.4 compared to my 0.4 from the exact same position.
Yeah.
It's not true. XG is nonsense.
The issue is that the advanced versions of XG that take into account defender position and who's taking the shot are the types of statistics that clubs are modeling internally and not sharing that data is what's happening. So give it 5 to 10 years. Like, I imagine that XG was an internal... Well, you're going to have to.
I won't. I'll just ignore it.
Football fan in 5 to 10 years.
I'll just ignore it.
It's going to be
I'll just do what I do now.
I'll
just do what I do now, and I'll be belligerent over it.
Yeah, you will be belligerent. I know you
will.
Yes,
absolutely.
That about you. All right, to encourage your belligerence, Gav, what was the XG on Vincent Kompany's famous goal against Leicester City? You know the goal.
0.04.
You were very close again. I was going to shit myself if you'd have got that right. 0.02. So
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a 1 in 50 chance, which I
Uh-huh.
think is being quite generous, actually.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not 1 in 50 shots go in from there. There's a few more things we got to talk about from the world of football. Ashley wanted me to mention the connection between Chelsea Football Club and the Titanic.
Oh,
Chelsea Football Club have now gone 5 league games without scoring a goal, and the last time that happened, the Titanic sunk that week. So if you are on a cruise, I am so sorry for you right now. But
or if you're
I
a
do
kid
have,
in a bat playing with a bow, say goodbye to the bow.
yep, it's an
And
absolute
they've
goner. It's
sacked the
somehow going to
manager,
get sucked down the drain. Yeah.
which I did tell you would
I
happen.
do have an award to give out though this week, Gav. It is a mock version of the Scott Stevens Humanitarian Award for Sports. This one is going out for a man who has done so much with so little, and I think you can appreciate the work of Liam Rowe Sr.
No, I can't. No, I see.
$24 million for 100 days of work.
Then that's just really good. Fucking, that's positioning yourself
His
properly
agent
within the
is
market.
brilliant.
But you
Yeah.
see, what I don't understand about this is that, and people are talking a lot about it, and I don't want to get too serious over figures and stuff like that, but they are literally losing £600,000 a day, that football club. Okay? So that, to me, by my maths, is 4.2 million a week. Okay? We're going to presume they work Sundays. Right? So that's 4.2 million a week that club are losing.
$250 million a year.
Right? Yeah. They've posted mammoth losses. Now you're starting to see how many businesses are involved in it and how many businesses annexed off this club for who has what and whatever else. They reckon if it was just under one company, they would be no longer a football club. Okay? They probably, I would say, will not qualify for the Champions League. They could be in danger of not qualifying for Europe at all if this doesn't pick up. But even if they go into the Europa League compared to the Champions League, projections would tell you they're going to earn probably £100 million less next season than they currently are, which would, if they continue at this, would be a £350 million loss for next year. Now, the rules in the Premier League have changed, right? It used to be over 3 years you can't lose more than £155 million. I think that's changed now. What they're doing is they're doing it year on year. Okay?
Yeah,
They are in for what has to be some of the biggest sanctions, right, that the Premier League will hand out in terms of financial misconduct. They have to be, because there's no way around this. They've sold a hotel already. Okay, they've done all they can, and unless they turn around and literally say, "Listen, we have 40 players, and every one of them is up for sale at a minimum of £20 million, and they sell 30 of those at an average of £20 million," they are so fucking in trouble. And I don't know what the thinking is, because part of me is thinking that this is deliberate. This is deliberate closing down of a club where they can take all that fucking land that's there, right? Run it into administration, close the football club, get someone else to come in and take over as a liquidator of the football club and its grounds, and just shut it down and go, we're building on it. It's prime fucking London estate, and this is what we're going to do.
I'm presuming their training ground is also in that West London area as well too. So it's not just the
Cobham,
stadium.
I think it's in. But the only thing is, I still don't think Chelsea own that pitch. That's true.
Imagine, like, that's even better though. Like, if you're going to knock the stands down and put up condos around it, imagine that as a selling feature of, like, look at the lovely park that you can take your little Pomeranian out to shit on. That used to be the pitch where Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, Gianfranco's all at swings it or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah.
But the thing is, there, like Steve Murphy says, if they don't get Champions League, they'll probably get a European ban from UEFA. Forget that, because they're not qualifying for Europe the way they're going. The thing here is the Premier League need to go in like they do with every club and go, June 30th, lads, have the fucking books here. And when they hand them over, and remember, they're on a sanction already because they've reported historical fucking losses,
Yeah.
which was another nonsense. But genuinely, if they go in there and they go, yeah, lads, we've lost 350 million quid this year, they should be fucked out of the league. And we need to stop all, well, you can't do that. Yeah, but you fucking can. You
Yeah,
have
but
to understand you
it's
can.
too bad for Chelsea football fans. But if they weren't one of the top teams in the Premier League, if they were a Bury or Wimbledon or one of these other clubs that got lost and you have to rebuild it from the ground up, guess what? You get to be one of those people that gets to be there. You get to tell your grandkids in 50 years, I was there at the founding meeting where we founded the new Chelsea Football Club and brought it back from the ashes. Like, just because something is, and I mean, Chelsea doesn't even have a great history. They're not historically one of the great clubs. They're very nouveau riche, and they should be allowed to fail as a warning to other clubs that you can't do this, because the reporting of the financial improprieties of the Abramovich ownership group by the new ownership group, and they're like, aren't we such good boys? We went and self-reported, and then they did even worse. Like, yeah, I don't get it. So I'm very happy though for Liam Rossignol that he gets an incredible payday. Because who gives that
when he
guy a
listen,
6-year contract?
listen, if a fella turns up to an interview and he says, well, I didn't really play football when I was 11 in school. I managed the team instead because that's what I felt I was best at. You just tell him to get out of the office, right? You call, you press the fucking panic button under the office, on the desk, and two big burly fellas come in and go, Liam, fuck off, right? But there's a couple of things here. Ashley says they can't run it into administration. Their loans are tied to a company which is willing to take over if they don't pay their debts. That's so weird, by the way. And no, they don't own the pitch. Blueco has taken on 1.39 billion in debt to fund its activities. If 22 Holdco were a single football club, it would be the most indebted on the planet. So basically, all the loans they have and all the debts they have is tied to a company that's willing to take over if they don't pay their debts. How does that work?
I don't know.
And look, I know it's, sorry to cut across you. I know it's there's a big entangled web of what's going on here. But the simple fact of the matter is, Chelsea Football Club will have to, on the 20th or the 30th of June, hand in their accounts for the 25-26 season, right? And it has to stand up. And they can only lose X amount of money. And there's only so many mitigating factors. But genuinely, if you're losing £4 million a week, you cannot go in there. I can't, if anyone can explain to me how Chelsea Football Club can walk up to the Premier League and go, there you go, and the Premier League go, grand, see us next year, lads.
Yeah.
What is going on? Genuinely, what is going on?
I know it might be a big get for us at this stage of our juggernaut status, but to have like the Swiss Ramble on to just walk us through like the financial side. If you're not familiar, Swiss Ramble on Twitter does football accountancy, kind of jargon, and every year when the accounts come out, they can kind of break down all the Excel spreadsheets and put it into kind of regular person language. Like, that's who I'm kind of waiting for, to just, because it beggars belief that this is being allowed to happen, and the slap on the wrist that they got, especially when I had a friend that was at the Charlton-Ipswich game yesterday, and I was looking at the championship table because Ipswich are fighting for promotion and Charlton are 6 points clear of being relegated with 2 games to go, so they should be safe. And I looked down, and there is Sheffield Wednesday on -3 fucking points.
Yeah.
So, they got docked 18, which isn't very much, but I would imagine that Sheffield Wednesday's financial crimes are a tenth of what Chelsea's are.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that Chelsea gets a 180-point deduction that
No.
should just knock them right out of being a company? Like,
yeah, but you see, this is the thing. It's like you can have all the, like, this company owns it, that company owns it, they have debt, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Chelsea need to go in and say, this is what we brought in this year, and this is what's gone out, and they're losing £4 million a week. So if you're losing, forget all the numbers in the background, £4 million a week is £200 million a year. So if they've done that for the last year, they cannot walk into the Premier League and go, 200 million lost, lads, and they go, well, okay, let's see what we can do here. You're you're cheating, but you're doing it really badly because you're not very good at playing football. And they can point to all the assets in the world they have. It does not matter. It's a simple profit and loss. You need to come in under this amount of money. If you earn 100 million, you need to be spending X amount on wages, 80 million, 70 million, whatever it might be. And we'll allow for building stadiums or doing whatever. They haven't done a thing to Stamford Bridge in about 20 fucking years, right? Except sell the
They got rid
property
of that
around it to
car
pay off
park
debt.
that used to be behind the goal.
Yeah, but that they got rid of that in fucking 1996. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so
So
30 years.
it's genuinely they were honestly Liverpool were beaten at they were beaten at Stamford Bridge in 95 in the FA Cup. They were 2-0 up and they lost 4-2. It was terrible. Stan Collymore got to. I think it was 95. Could have been 90. Yeah, I think it was 95. And they were beaten 4-2. And I'm trying to remember who scored for Chelsea. But it doesn't matter. And at the time, they were building the fucking goals, the stands at the end of the goal. Right behind the goal. Yeah. That's 30 years ago. Right? So they can't tell me they're doing that for infrastructure. Okay? Unless they've built a fucking shopping centre to rival something in Dubai on their training ground to, better the area.
It has a ski hill in it, you
know?
Like
this is my thing. We get tangled up in all the fucking nonsense. But just get down to the bare facts here. They are losing money hand over fist every day of the week. And I don't know why they can show up in June, hand in their accounts, and to be quite honest, play in the Premier League from next August. I can't understand how they do.
No, it'll be an incredible feat of verbal gymnastics and legalese for the Premier League to not punish them severely and harshly, as I think all non-Chelsea football fans, and maybe not the Manchester City fans, because they also enjoy a little bit of the financial doping. When you watched how Chelsea behaved in the last 4 or 5 years since Abramovich left, and even in the time of Abramovich, of looking at it going like, this doesn't seem right. Like signing players on 9-year contracts and giving massive wages and firing their managers again and again and again. There's no way they're not still paying Graham Potter. And that was 3 years ago? So how many managers are currently still receiving severance pay from Chelsea Football Club, and they just keep spending money? And so as a fan of another club, a rival club to Chelsea, you're looking at it furious, going like, how in the fuck is this allowed to happen? And like, when is this going to collapse? And please don't let them be successful at this. And it's like the Club World Cup fucking bullshit. Like, where would they be without that $100 million gift from FIFA? If they hadn't won the Club World Cup this summer, they would be $400 million in debt for the financial year. So it's absolutely infuriating. I hope they get everything that comes to them. I wanted to talk about Tottenham, but I'm gonna shift gears here, Gav. I think you got a little what the fuck story for me, don't you?
I do. I was looking up some people. Last week it was from Dylan. This week is for me all my own work. All right, it's original stuff. I've gone back to my first album where it's all me, like Adele. Okay, but I'm not going to talk about scorned lovers or anything like that. Well, I am actually a little bit. Actually, now I think of it, not my lovers though. So anyway, if I said the words Bertiel Fox to you, would it mean anything at all?
Bertiel Fox. I don't even know if I could spell the first name, so no, that means nothing to me.
Okay, no problem. Bertiel Fox was born on the 5th of January 1951 on the eastern Caribbean island of St. Kitts. Okay. Fox emigrated to London in England with his family when he was just 1 year old. He then moved to Northampton. He did not return to St. Kitts for more than 40 years. He once said, "I'm 100% British. I think, I act, and I talk like an Englishman, not like someone from the West Indies." Encouraged by his cousin to take up bodybuilding, Fox won the 1969 Junior Mr. Britain at 18 years of age. He went on to win nearly every major bodybuilding contest outside of the IFBB. He didn't get officially involved. He was like a street footballer. You know these ones that don't play football, but they're really good at football. But he was like,
you don't want to sell out. You want to be real. Yeah.
he was the fella that just threw shapes and bodybuilding moves in supermarkets, shopping malls near the fountain. Near the fountain or shopping malls, one of them. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Sorry, yeah, okay. So, outside of the IFBB, including the 1976 AAU Mr. World, the amateur 1977 NABBA Mr. Universe, and the professional NABBA Mr. Universe in 1978 and 1979. Before turning professional, Fox worked as a train driver on the London Underground. Joe Weider sponsored Fox's move to Los Angeles in 1981, and he competed then in the IFBB. So it's a bit like the darts. So everyone was in the BDO. They were all smoking and drinking, having the fucking great time down at the lakeside. Look it up. Genuinely, look up the dart at the lakeside. Like, just to tangent off Bert Hill for a minute. Do you know, like, when you watch the darts now, do you watch the Premier League darts or anything like that?
I usually try to catch the World Championship because it's on around Christmas.
Yeah, around Christmas. So the PDC, and it's like, and they throw the 2 darts like 146, right? And then you go to the BDO on the lakeside, and the 3 fellas throws the darts, and you just hear 7, right? It's just like, do you know what I mean? It's just fucking horrendous, right?
Ew.
Yeah. So anyway, and then they all move over to the PDC and they get better. So this is what Bert Hill done. He moved to the IFBB, all the lads. In 1981, he competed in these contests for the next 13 years. Bill Reynolds, then Flex magazine editor-in-chief, gave Fox the nickname Brutal Bert Hill for his high volume and extremely heavy training. Fox placed second in 2 IFBB shows, the 1982 Night of Champions and the 1983 Swiss Grand Prix, beating Lee Haney, and he finished 5th in the 1983 Mr. Olympia, his second of 5 Mr. Olympia appearances. He competed in 12 IFBB shows from 1984 to 1994. Retiring from the stage, he returned to St. Kitts for the first time since 1952 to open Fox's gym in the summer of 1995. That's not it. On the 30th of September...
I was hoping not.
Great story, mate.
Yeah.
On September the 30th, 1997, just 2 years after opening the gym, by the way, in St. Kitts and Nevis, 20-year-old beauty queen Layoka Brown and her mother, 36-year-old Violet Brown, were fatally shot by Fox, who was then 46. Fox, who previously had been engaged to Layoka, was arrested and charged with the murders. On the 22nd of May 1998, Fox was convicted of murder of the 2 women. He was originally sentenced to death by hanging, but after an appeal no fucking around in St. Kitts. But after an appeal to the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council, his sentence was changed to life in prison. You're kind of going, he's getting away with it here a bit, isn't he? On the 4th of August 2022, Fox was pardoned by the Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis after serving 25 years and is now a free man living back in the UK.
When you said, like at the start, you're like, he was born in the Caribbean and then he moved to England and he wouldn't return for a long time. And it was like, this is going to be some Death in Paradise shit. Like, I just know it. He's going to go back to that beautiful island and he's going to fucking kill somebody.
There you go.
That's
Bert
a hell
Hill
of a
Fox,
part.
look him up.
I guess the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis must be a real big bodybuilder fan or something like that, because 25 years doesn't feel like enough for 2 cold-blooded murders.
Or, I don't know, maybe he went in the gym one day, the governor, and the guy running the gym, and he looked really tired, and he said to him, "Geez, you look very tired." He's going, "Yeah, but my boss is locked up like 25 years. Like I'm bollocks.
I've been working double shifts.
Fucking double shifts last 25 years because this fucking prick's in prison." They're like, "Who is he?" "Oh, Bert Hill, fucking main man. He won Mr. Olympia in 1982. "Oh, no way. That's my favourite of the Olympias." "Okay, leave it with me." And then he makes a phone call and gets him a pardon, as if like, sorry about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's our bad. Our bad. We really screwed up on that one.
Yeah, but the best thing to come out of that is go and watch some highlights of I'm sure they have to on YouTube, the best nonsense moments from the BDO darts at the lakeside. Genuinely. Well, it's incredible.
That was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, and I love that you just happened to mention the darts, because I was thinking about this about a week or so ago. What is the best sport to play while you're drinking and smoking?
It's not
Because
football.
darts is a good one.
Darts is up there.
Yeah. You mentioned the snooker, so all of the billiard type sports.
Yes. Um, but I think the likes of snooker, no. But I think we used to play a thing called killers on a snooker table. So what you do is you would go and get the 15 pool balls and the white cue ball. And what you do is you'd write 1 to 15 on bits of paper, put them in the box, and you take it out. Whatever number you get, you have to keep that on the table. Whoever's ball is on the table at the end wins killers. You all put a few quid in before every frame
Ooh,
starts.
I've never heard of this. That's good.
Yeah, killers, yeah. And that's good because you don't have to pot anything. You just make sure your ball just doesn't go in. So it just basically just 6 years, right?
Yeah.
You write 1 to 15 down, fold them up, put them into a fucking box or an ashtray, whatever you have, right? Not an ashtray, not what there's ash in it, like just something, some receptacle. And then what you do is you pick out a number. So say I get number 7. Nobody knows what number I have. None of you know which numbers each have, but you want to keep 7 on the table. So all you want to do is like you can pretend to pot 7, but really you know you want to miss, bounce off 2 cushions and go and sit right on the back cushion. Yeah, so it's
Oh,
called killers.
I like this. I
Yeah,
like this game.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
That's
Um,
it's Kev
so that's
O'Sullivan in the chat there says rings is a good crack. I'm not familiar with that. You know what game he's talking about?
is
Is it a game or is it a sport?
is that the one where like there's hooks and you have to throw the rings onto a hook?
That sounds more like a game.
Yeah,
See,
I
like
don't.
cornhole. Ashley says, if you don't want a serious sport, cornhole. I don't know if
What's golden tea?
Golden Tee is the absolute legendary golf video game that you'll find in bars over here, where it has a little roller ball on it, and you have to
Oh,
roll it backwards and forwards. My wife is fucking deadly at Golden Tee.
she's just
I
literally
have only beaten her
she's put in the
once.
chat saying golden tea.
Yeah, I've
Like,
only beaten her once in 11 years. She's very very good at Golden
so
Tee
if I
because.
was to travel to Canada, would I be guaranteed a game of golden tea?
Oh, are you kidding? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
We take it somewhat seriously over here. You got to play on the new machines though. The old ones are absolutely
But it's a
terrible.
golf game. But
Yeah,
you're
yeah, it's
spinning
fun.
the ball.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
Oh,
a
I know what you're
blast.
saying. Like so the ball that sits in front of you is the arc of your swing, maybe, or the arc of how you hit the ball, is it?
Yeah, like the little roller ball is like I'd say 75% recessed into the table, and you have
Yes.
to roll the ball backwards. And if you don't roll it straight, you slice or you hook, or you can purposely do it. You can roll backwards on an angle and forwards on an angle, and you can hook it around a dog leg and stuff
And
like that.
how do you make the ball go up in the air? Is it
Just with the club, you can change what type of shot you want. So you can do a
okay.
punch. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can do a
I'm with you.
punch or a loft.
That would make me travel to Canada. To be fair,
Yeah,
um,
well,
just on the killers thing, then what happens is everyone takes a shot. Just goes around the table, everyone getting a shot one after the other until
yeah,
basically there's one ball left, and then you all reveal what number you have, and then if your ball's on the table, you win the money. So that's
yeah.
that one. Avo says air
Well,
killers is a quid on the table. One player gets a free break. Then everyone has one shot, and you've got to pot a ball. If you don't, you're out. You play till the last one wins all. So there you go.
Okay. Okay,
Mhm.
I see. Well, I've got two for you. I'm not sure how much you'll appreciate my top suggestion because I think the best sport to play while you are drinking and smoking. I think there's a couple criteria that are involved with it. You want to be able to sit down.
Uh,
You got to be able to have a place to have an ashtray that you can put down when you get up to go and have your turn, and you
mhm.
got to have a place to put your beer down.
Right.
And I think it's hard to get better than bowling. I think bowling might be perfect.
Lawn bowls, I'm with you. Bowling, I'm not.
No? Oh, see, I don't think you got enough bowling culture over there.
Yeah,
It's
but you see,
almost always in a basement, so it's dark.
yeah, but
You know?
bowling is I'm not against bowling, but I just you know me, I want to play lawn bowls.
I know, so do I. I'm desperate to try it.
If anybody out there knows a lawn bowls place that would let me go down and have a go, please let me know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I've told you this before, but I'll say it again. When I was in Australia like 13, 14 years ago, I was out around Bondi Beach. I played the 9-hole golf course at Bondi Beach. Absolutely gorgeous. My round was horrific. My hole one drive sliced right, went right into a housing estate, and I just drove off in my golf cart. I didn't even bother dropping or anything. But it was the most stunning golf course I've ever played, and I've not played a lot of exotic travel golf destinations, but it's on the cliffs overlooking Bondi Beach. It was stunning. And then I went for a walk in the opposite direction, and I walked past this humongous complex that was nothing but lawn bowling. And it was all like young people, like, 20 to 30 years old. There's a cooler at each end. Everybody's fucking just absolutely crushing beers and lawn bowling. And because to me, lawn bowling is like old Italian men. That's what.
No, to me it's like upper class English people play.
Oh,
that's where
that would explain why brand of cheese plays it then.
Yeah, he says I play lawn bowls. I just don't tell anyone. Ashley says glow in the dark bowling is next level. That sounds like a call for a swinging club or something. You want to do glow in the dark bowling? You're like, oh yeah, we'd be there. Same time as always.
Owl the Third is saying he managed a 290 and 10-pin bowling, which is, if I know how to score bowling correctly, that is what, 11 straight strikes, and then you missed the last one, or 12 straight strikes, and you missed the last one?
Yeah, you must have the guardrails up, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know if I believe that. I think he was scoring 5-pin, which goes to 450, not 300. But if you did, Abel, I'm sorry for questioning you.
Verlander Cheese says bowling is a stoner's game.
Yeah.
No, he's not. I don't think you're ever going to deny that. To be fair.
No. But my other one for you, Gav, and you might take umbrage with this. I think golf is a beautiful game to drink and smoke during.
Correct.
I wasn't sure. I know you love your golf, and I wasn't sure if you're one of those guys that takes it.
Oh, one of these pure
seriously.
fuckers. No.
Yeah.
No, you see, I don't like competition golf.
Yeah.
So I'm a member of a golf club, and it's like, oh, what competition's on this weekend? And like, there's people down in my golf club that can tell you when every fucking competition is on and what time it's on and the format they're going to be playing. And I'm like, what are they doing Saturday? I genuinely wouldn't have a fucking clue. Like, I did notice a notice up in the locker room today. Funny enough, you say that, and it was like, look, it basically says, look, during competitions, don't be drinking on the golf course during competitions. But it doesn't say anything about outside of competitions because, to be fair, I see loads of people down there golf club, and they take off, and it's a society outing or it's a charity outing, and literally there's a little cage at the back of the buggy, just between where you sit and the bag stand, and like lads with just beer in that and going, off we go,
Are you allowed to bring your own to the course, or do you have to buy the course's beers?
No, you can bring your own. Bring your own.
Oh yeah. See, you're not allowed to do that here. So what you have to do here is, I'm going to go golfing, so I throw 12 beers in the bottom of my bag underneath the clubs. Yeah. And then your bag weighs a fucking ton because you're carrying 12 or 15
I've
beers.
been at my golf club, and I've literally walked off the ninth, went up the steps. Air golf club, you go up steps, go kind of a balcony, and then into the bar. Yeah. And I've walked in the bar and just said, Joe, give us 4 bottles, will you, and a bottle opener. And he just hands me 4 bottles and a bottle opener.
No, I mean, like, could you stop at the Aldi and grab yourself a bunch of cheap beer and bring it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And your rounds are cheap? I got to start golfing over in Ireland. Holy shit.
Let me see. Ash says it's a massive franchise here. Drunk golf and drunk bowling. It's basically a bar with either virtual reality golf or bowling at the back of a bar. Yeah, that's really good as well. Playing golf on the simulators.
Yeah, the golf simulator.
Yeah. That's a good one as well. And of course you can.
Yeah, I see. Branded Cheese put table tennis in there. I don't think so because
too
it's
much hand-eye coordination.
No, the hand-eye coordination is fine because you get fucked up as long as you're playing somebody else that's all hammered. It's fine. They both cancel out, but you can't. It's too action-packed. You got to have some breaks in play. That's why darts works. That's why all the billiards games work. Bowling works. Golf works. Like, being able to drive up in the golf cart, beer in hand, flying around the course, and you get up, You got a smoke in your mouth, and you line up at your shot, and you just drop your smoke on the grass, put your beer down, take your shot. It's such a
Yeah.
lovely way to
No, I'm
spend
with
an
you on
afternoon.
that. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it's such a lovely way to spend an afternoon.
Can I
But I
ask a
know what
question?
lovely way. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I want to know if anyone in this chat, okay, which a lot of them are the same people every week, what are you laughing at?
Because I know exactly what you're going to ask.
What am I going to ask?
You're going to ask if anybody did their homework and fucking emailed Sask Milk.
Correct. Now, has anybody in here emailed Sask Milk? Okay. All we asked for, I literally, in the comments of the show last week, I put the outline of the fucking email for you. Exactly what the heading should be, what you should say, ask for Greg, all that stuff. And I want to know if anyone's emailed Sask Milk. That's all I want to know. So be honest and tell us if you have or you haven't emailed Sask Milk. And if you haven't, info@saskmilk.ca. Heading, join the juggernaut. And then, hi Greg. Am I right? Hi Greg.
Yep.
163 subscribers. Don't get left behind. Yours in sport. Put your name in. And then at the end in brackets go, great work on the milk, by the way. That's all I want you to do. So there you go. Your wife says they're too PC. You need to go for head shops. Is this where we all fucking get stuff that looks like bars of soaps and we start snorting it and stuff?
No, head shops is just where you get weed paraphernalia from. That would be fantastic.
See, I'm not into that gear. I'd much prefer milk. I mean, milk is fucking great.
There is a guy I've got queued up, Gav, just to pique your interest. The Game 3 of the Boston Bruins against the Buffalo Sabres. And the guy singing the national anthem in Boston looks like he is from The Sopranos.
Okay.
That guy looks like he's wearing black on black
on
black.
Are they kicking off now? Is it kickoff? Is it puck off? What did he call it?
They just sang the national anthems. They're introducing the starting goalies right now, and we'll have puck drop here any second.
Yeah. I'll look, there's no one answering yes or no to the fucking Sask Milk thing. It would literally take you, like, genuinely, I could talk now to Matt for 1 minute about any subject. It doesn't matter. I can talk about anything. And you could have that email sent to Sask Milk. info@saskmilk.ca. I've just given you everything. info@saskmilk.ca. Header, join the juggernaut. Hey, Greg, 160 subscribers. 63 subscribers. Don't get left behind. Yours in sport. Put your name in brackets then underneath. Great work on the milk, by the way. That's all you have to do, and see where we get. Just do it for the crack. We're trying to have fun here. Otherwise, fucking Matt's wife Buffy will have us fucking all stoned, and we won't be able to do any work.
That sounds great. If Farmer Jane, our local weed store, wants to sponsor this and just give me free joints, I will happily.
No, hold on. Did you not have a friend that had something else and he was going to sponsor us?
Yeah, he's got a vodka company.
Well, we need him. We need him as a backup. Is there any chance? Right? You could get me his email address. Right.
The vodka guy.
Yeah, and I'll email him. I'll email him as if. What you do is, right, you send me his email with 4 details about him, okay? And I'll send him an email as if I know him years, right? Okay? And then and I'll just say,
it's brilliant because his brother's turning 50 in a bit tomorrow, I think. So you can wish his brother happy 50th.
Oh yes, yeah. So what to do is give me. I got so much trouble in Canada. Give me 5 pieces of information about him, right? And then what I'll do is I'll just email and go, what's his name? Drew. Hey Drew. What's up, man? Gav here. Just thought I'd drop you a line, touch base, and I do all the bits, touch base, drop you a line, just check in, see how you are. Wish Bob a 50th, great 50th birthday, by the way. Fantastic.
It's Brian, you were very close.
Right, great to see him doing so well in both work and professional. Yeah. And I hope his wife and kids are good. I'll go through that, and then at the end I'll just go. Anyway, Matt, our mutual friend Matt, we're doing a podcast, and I heard you're into the vodka. Any chance of a sponsorship. And then at the end of it, do you know his wife's name?
He is divorced.
Okay.
So
Well, listen, if you happen to bump into Jane, say hello to her. I hope she's doing well. And the kids. Has he got kids?
yeah, he's got two kids. He's got
Okay.
two kids.
Oh,
So
well, don't give me the kids' names because that's too
I wasn't
freaky.
gonna do that.
Right.
I'm not.
Give me
Not,
five pieces of information about him. Okay.
okay.
And then
Okay.
and his email address, and I'll send it from our email address. Okay. And I'll just say I'll just say yeah. So me and Matt, and I'll make it all up, and then what I'll do is I'll send it to you before I send it, and then you can okay it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say hello to your ma for me, and she fucking, she was tragically murdered 18
No,
years ago or something.
his mom is great. His mom
Okay,
is great. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. That's brilliant.
yeah.
I'm gonna get so much free vodka.
Or you're gonna lose a friend, one or the other.
That's
But
fine.
still,
He lives 5 hours away.
still, nobody has told me yes or no if they've fucking emailed Sask Milk.
No, I don't think our fans want us to pair up with the juggernaut that is Sask Milk, and especially if we can bring the Irish milk on board with it. I think the 163 we've currently got on board right now, they're worried about being lost once that number becomes 163 million.
But do you not realize how ridiculous it will be if we get sponsored by Sask Milk? Okay, all right. Elizabeth just did. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. All right, I will pay for the first game of Golden Tea. What the theme here is, how ridiculous is it going to be if we do get sponsored by Sask Milk and they're delivering milk to your house, and then I'm at the other end with a pint of milk or a litre of milk with Sask Milk written on it in black marker going, this is really good milk.
Wow.
How did you get it there? None of your fucking business, okay? And we can make so much fun of it. Avo reckons Bob's wife was murdered along with her daughter by a bodybuilder in the gym in St. Kitts in 1997. No, that's you told me to wait to email Sask Milk until the base contingency emailed them. Actually, that is correct.
Yeah.
And Matt Veranda Cheese says, Matt, if you brought Premier Dairy's milk, which is the Irish milk, to Canada, it would be like printing money.
No, you know what would be even more than that is if I could become the guy that fucking introduced Kerrygold butter to the majority of the heathens around here, because that shit it's otherworldly how
It's
good
Herman,
Kerrygold
isn't it?
butter is. There is nothing anywhere close to it that you can get here. You would
No.
be disgusted. If you saw the state of our butter, you might switch to margarine.
Yeah, no. We make serious fucking butter.
It's so good. Come on, Buffalo. Get it.
Fuck you, Buffalo. Don't be starting now.
No way.
Anyway, are we done now? Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done.
Okay, so
the
homework for
missus is
this
out
week.
of the house for the night, so I'm going to watch sports again all night.
Homework for this week. If people can email Sask Milk, I've given it to you. Please just do it. It takes you a minute. It's a bit of fun. And then if they have a sense of humour and go, no problem at all. What do you need, lads? And we go, £8 and 2 litres of milk a week. And they go, fine. And then I will literally try my best to be the most ridiculous thing where it is me sitting here with Canadian milk when it's clearly not. Okay, that'll be my thing. And that's the thing. And your homework is to send me 5 details on the man with the vodka. And I'll make up an email.
Your homework right now is to get onto your little dodgy box there and find TNT Sports and put on Buffalo against the Boston Bruins.
Now, hold on.
Right
TNT
now,
Sports is in our TNT Sports.
I have no idea.
I'm
watching it on Sportsnet in Canada, but at the
I
top
have
of the screen,
Sportsnet. Hold on. I have
put
Sportsnet.
it on Sportsnet.
SPORTSN. Sports. I thought I had Sportsnet.
It's the problem. You got too many channels. Come on, get it. Bullshit. Fucking Bruins.
Australia. No.
No.
I thought I had Sportsnet. I could have sworn I did.
Missing out.
That's
how to watch the NHL playoffs. Every single game on Sportsnet.
Hold on. Live TV. All. SPO. Oh.
Veranda Cheese is wondering if I believe the
Is
rocket
it sports?
slingshot
Is it
around.
Sportsnet East?
I'm not sure which Sportsnet this is on. Hold on, let me look here. I don't know if it's actually going to tell me what
That
channel
was
it's
some
on.
Sportsnet
No,
Ontario.
Sportsnet East will probably have Carolina at Ottawa on it.
Yeah, I have Sportsnet Ontario.
No, that one will definitely have Carolina Ottawa on it. Try the East one actually.
I
That might
tried
work.
the East. Sportsnet Pacific.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm using the app, so I don't actually see what the channels are fucking called. Hold on, I might be able to tell you. Sportsnet 360.
Don't think I have that.
Yeah.
Sportsnet World.
Brandon Cheese, I definitely do believe that it happened because, I mean, obviously it happened. But here's some homework for Veranda Cheese. Try to find some good sports conspiracy stories
Oh, hold
and
on.
send them along via Gab, and we can have the sports conspiracy veranda where every week we can discuss a great sports conspiracy theory. Because I did a little bit of Googling on it today, and there are some doozy conspiracies in the world of sports.
Yeah, if Veranda Cheese, and he doesn't have to do it here because he can just text me. But if he just wants to text me and say to me, "Here's your conspiracy for this week," I will absolutely, I'll bring it up.
We can do our what the fuck story and then take a short jaunt down to the conspiracy veranda and sit and share stories about lovely sports conspiracy theories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's all well and good.
So basically, what we're saying is now I have a what the fuck moment, and then Veranda Cheese. What do we call it? Veranda corner.
No, the conspiracy veranda. We'll go out to the front porch. And
Oh
sit
right,
on the
okay. Well, and you know what? I can actually make up like a little intro to that, where it'll just be an old man sitting on one of those swing chairs on the front porch, and it'll just have like
whittling.
And then he'll be just sitting there looking all miserable, and then it'll go, and then it'll be just like veranda. What is it? Conspiracy veranda.
The conspiracy veranda.
And it'll just pop up. And then I might put like directed by Matty Wolf or whoever that was that done. What was the fella that done SVU? Was it Wolf?
Tom Wolf maybe.
Yeah, I'll just put that up.
Toto Wolf.
Yeah,
Toto Wolf.
Directed by. For just something for a bit of crack. But anyway, so what's my homework to get him to do that?
Yeah, and just watch a little bit of hockey. You gotta get some playoff hockey.
I'm at the putting on that, and there's a game on there that's 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah, it's Sportsnet.
Ottawa, Carolina hasn't even started yet.
Okay, is it on any other channel?
Well, TNT Sports apparently, but that's American. I couldn't tell you anything about that. Penalty
for us.
Hmm?
Oh, hold on. NHL.
Yeah, easy.
Is this game on right now?
Yeah, it's right now. It's 12 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first period. Buffalo's going to the power play because Boston just shot the puck over the glass from their own end. 2 minutes for delay a game.
What that really happens?
Idiot.
Okay, well, we better go because we're just talking about television now.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just now watching hockey at this point. So I'm gonna go and fully commit myself to watching hockey and basketball while my wife's out of the house for the rest of the night. Because
the only thing I can do is here now is I can go to TNT Sports.
Yeah.
And are they showing the hockey?
Well, presumably, like the Sportsnet is playing the TNT Sports feed. And I got to tell you, Gab, I had to listen to these TNT Sports guys. It's like when you listen to TSN talk about soccer, listening to these American guys talk about hockey. Holy fuck, they sound stupid compared to Canadians. It's like they've never watched it before. The American broadcasts are unbearable.
It's not on TNT there. I'll find it. I'll stick around there.
All right, you'll have to search it down. But anyways, what you don't have to search for is your update on the week in sports because you found us at I Know Sports. He's a clown. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're going to try to find some time to get quite hammered and do a alternative commentary of the legendary 1996 Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Mankind. It's only 17, 18 minutes long, so it's not too bad. We should be able to get that done in 2 hours, I think.
No. There'll be no pausing of it or anything. There'll be no pausing. It'll be just it'll be literally like we're there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go to Burger King and get myself one of those crowns. You're gonna get a cowboy hat, and then we're just gonna put it up on screen and play it as if we're commentating on it right there and then.
Yeah. I think we're on to a winner there. We're gonna be able to.
Ashley says, I look forward to Veranda talking about the anal beads chess conspiracy. You don't realize how much fun we're gonna have with this fucking with Veranda cheese and conspiracies. Did he have to be sport?
Yeah, well, it's a sports channel. Yes, we have.
Well, if I can find a way to tie 9/11, the moon landing, all right, or what else is it? Auschwitz. If I could manage to tie the three of them to sport, they may be three of Veranda Cheese's greatest hits. And the Titanic is a B-side, by the way. All right?
Well, what we might have to do is bring Veranda Cheese on, like, blacked out in shadow like they do when they're trying to hide somebody's identity with a voice modulator.
Yeah.
The American government doesn't want you to know about 9/11.
Just a black sheet over with a smoke coming through the sheet.
Ask Milk, what don't you like about this? Come on.
Yeah. All right, leave it with me. I'll get that. I'll get that done.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Thanks.
So just to recap. You have to give me 5 things about the guy with the vodka.
Yep.
I have to get Veranda Cheese to bring me some conspiracies around sport or other things. Everyone else has to email Sask Milk. Is that the homework for the week?
This is like school. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing little intros where I just press a button and it comes up going, homework of the week. Right? And then we have maybe we could get a school
bell rings and you just go, whoa, everybody sit back down. We got homework of the week.
Yeah. And we could get a video. Maybe we could get someone, maybe we could get a woman to basically dress up in like a tracksuit, but like teacher's glasses on and a cigarette, and they're just slouched in a chair in a twirly chair in what looks like a classroom, and it just comes up and they just sit down in the chair and just look at you, stare at the screen, and it just comes up going, homework of the week, because that's the sort of teacher we'd have. That's all I'm saying. I should be director of stuff.
Yeah,
I think I have great ideas.
I know. We might need to start another show where we just completely disrupt the advertising industry and just every week come up with new advertising plans for different companies, completely against their will. I don't care if you don't want our ideas.
We should go. We should go to erectile dysfunction companies that sell the tablets, right? And we go, what's your idea? And we go, conspiracy Veranda. And they go, what is it? We go, well, the people that need to take your tablets, they're clearly sitting on swing chairs on the front porch of wooden built houses, and it's just swinging slowly with that small creak coming from the fucking chains, and they're just saying conspiracy theories to passers-by. And then you pop them the tablet, okay? You pop them the tablet, and you just hear squeaks from the bed then.
The chair is sitting empty, but the squeak
is still going. Yeah. All squeaks aren't the same, or are they? And that's the conspiracy being tied in as well.
See? Oh my God! And this is why Fanalists shouldn't be a thing, because this is the sort of fan-created content that Sky Sports should be after. Not people that take themselves seriously. This is it. Avo, put the email address in the comments. Go back to last week's show. Go into the YouTube comments. Gav
it's there. I have it there now.
It's copy paste. Everything is there and done and ready to go.
Yeah.
But I'm also ready to go. I got to go get some food to me because I got a long night of sports ahead of me. There's 3 basketball games and 3 hockey games to put in tonight, and that is absolutely fucking fantastic. So, Gav,
I'm
thank you
I'm
very
off
much.
I'm off to make some intros. I hope for in the next week. Plus, I've now decided I'm going to make an ad for erectile dysfunction and tie it in with conspiracy theories. I hope to have that for you next week.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's been another wonderful show. Certainly by next week, we'll be up to 164 subscribers, but it won't be because of any work that Gav and I do because we refuse to tell anybody about this show. So if you're watching, listening after the fact, please do us a favor. Try to share this around on your social media because we're certainly not going to do it. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. That's Gav. I'm Matt. I know sports. He's a clown. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.